Hello everybody, I am Bacter, and we are back to Luftrausers. We've got a nuke body, we've got the hover engine, and we have got, I think, the cannon? Yeah. So we're supposed to kill two aces in one combo, and aces are those big old planes, which normally that would be a tricky one. Actually, hold on a second, there we go. But with the blast that we have here, they're not that bad. We can one-shot the suckers, and all we really need to do is get two kind of on the screen at the same time. Combos go down slow enough that we can usually manage that. You can see why I love the cannon so much. So we are just wrecking everybody. Especially for these big clusters of enemies like this, it's really good, because if you get one shot off, then odds are you're going to get a whole bunch of them because the spread fire will go out and take out a bunch of the rest. Also, it really makes these battleships manageable. Now, unless that happens. Although, even deaths are good at this point because that gets us closer to our nuke goal. So let's keep going to the Biohazard Mark II. I was going to say something that was very insightful, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I was going to say you saw that the jets flew down into the water. Killing jets through water death is a very viable way of dealing with them. They take water damage and air damage if they get too high up in the clouds, just the same as you or I. To be honest, I'm not having the greatest accuracy today, but that's alright. Luftrausers is a game that's fun even when you're not on the top of your form. Wow, look at that. That is garbage. Maybe I'm sitting wrong. Maybe I need to reposition myself. I'll try that here in a second. If I keep missing, that is. If not, we'll assume everything is fine. Now, I think the hover engine maybe has a little less defense than the other ones. There we go. You do want to get a mid-ship hit on the battleships, like that there. The reason is that's so that as many of these spread-out fires as possible will hit it. There's our 3 hits to down that old battleship. Nothing too strenuous. Although, as I said, at this point in the game, they really start throwing them at you, and so, even though it only takes 3 hits, by the time you can hit one, another's probably spawned in. One nice thing is, if you're kind of hovering around it like I was, then a lot of the Air Force is going to cluster up around it as well. There we go. Ooh, that was looking like a fancier one. Yes, there we go. There's the 80 enemies after death. Let's see, 5 aces in total, and 2 aces in a combo. That sounds alright to me. Let's see if we can't get that mixture. They haven't been throwing them at me, and as I've said before, what enemies they throw in a particular round almost seems to be random to me. I don't quite know what makes the difference. I'm sort of trying to stay higher up this time, but you can see that there are a lot of boats down there. You can tell by the projectiles that they're throwing at me, so I don't know what the deal is. I do dislike being this weak, I'll say that. But, let's see if we can't get some aces anywhere. Alright, they're starting to throw battleships. There we go. Turn radius is really important, and so sometimes you do want to kill the engine a little bit. And down goes one. Ah! Just didn't quite get out of the way. If they sent 2 aces at me, I could knock that off in 1 death if I got hit with the nuke. I think if I don't get another upgrade this run, I'm going to change something about my loadout, just to make it more interesting for the viewers at home. There we go. And eventually, like I said, we're going to have to be taking on that blimp. Now, I think this is true. I think I'm remembering this from last time that I played. I'm not actually playing between takes because I want you guys to see the whole progression, how long it takes to get various things if you play similarly to how I do. So I haven't beaten the blimp with this run, but I think that once the blimp spawns in, then they stop sending in new enemies. So I think if you want to do a little house cleaning as soon as the blimp comes in and take out the battleships, so that lower down is kind of a safe haven for you, I think that is a viable strategy. Man, look at all these boats. Fortunately, the cannon makes short work of them. I don't know if there's any weapons we'll unlock later that will be more favorites of mine, but it would be... Hey, there's an ace. Alright. Hopefully... a little bit faster than that. I can just about outpace him and keep up with that. Okay, there's one down. Now I've just got to keep my combo going, so I'm gonna... Oh, hey! A sub. I love... There we go. Alright, combo is still intact. And... Here we go. Boats. Oh, I missed. Shoot. Oh, well. Okay, that's one ace in total, but I did say I was going to switch weapons, so I think, unfortunately, I am going to switch myself out of the cannon and back to... What do we have on original? Kill a blimp. Kill an ace. We'll do that with the laser. Or back to the Biohazard Mark 1 again. I guess that makes sense. But all we need to do is kill one ace now, and that will also raise up our point total. Good night. I do take less ram damage, because that's the one disadvantage. Well, it's one of the disadvantages of the nuke body is that you take quite a bit of ram damage. There we go. I do wonder if I'm, well, I'll say this. I might be overestimating how useful the cannon is for lower enemies, but I know it's just about the best for big guys like the battleships and so on. And I find that, to me, those tend to be the biggest threats. Alright. Oh, there we go. Keep with it. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is bad. Well, hey, I killed an ace. That's one way to do it. Man, I would like to get back to... Oh, okay, that's all the weapons for the laser. That's all the missions for the laser, too. Encounter a blimp. 8 boats in a combo. Let's give that one a shot. The Loveless build. Honestly, I will be happy to get out of hover, too. I kind of like the basic engine. Okay, 8 boats in a combo is kind of tough. The missiles, because they just... I find that they don't quite have enough oomph to pull it off quickly. As you can see, I've had to do like 3 strafing runs of this thing. There we go, there's one. You know what I should probably do to get this combo in particular is I should probably put on the melee head on there. Alright. Down he goes. Wait, they really aren't throwing a lot of boats at me either, which is somewhat troublesome. How well did I do that time? Ooh, 5 out of 8. 5 aces in total. I've only got 3 to go. So I'm going to give this one another round or two. And see if I can't get that. Honestly, what I should do is put on my favorite or second favorite build and see if I can take out that blimp for you guys. At some point during this playthrough, probably what I'll do is start switching to, you know, do some more editing where I'm probably going to have a number of runs on which, wow, yeah, on which I don't get any upgrades. And so I'll just display the ones where I do. Alright. Let's keep this going for one more. I'm going to try to get aces this time, so I'm going to go up on the theory that being higher up will maybe prompt more of an Air Force, which will prompt more aces to come in after me. That's my standing theory anyway. I don't know it to be true. Alright. This is a really good build for air combat, I guess, just because the hover stuff means I'm not constantly fighting gravity. The problem, again, with the missiles is until they actually hit something and explode, they're just floating around, and you can only cast, or throw, whatever you want to say, fire, so many at a time. And so, quite a bit of the time, you find that you're just unable to do anything. Alright, let's see if we can follow this back of the screen guy here and see where he goes. I wonder if you have to go off the screen before you come in or something like that? You see that jet back there, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. Also, I'm pretty sure it's not amount of time that you spend. Boy, I almost wonder if with a nuke body I could kamikaze 8 ships, basically. Let's not test it if we don't have to, huh? Alright, there's 2. Hey, that did it. Nuke body is really great for challenges like that. 40 enemies in a combo with missiles. That is just a lot. You know what? I'm going to take myself off the hover engine and kill an ace at max combo, kill a sub at max combo, kill a battleship at max combo. Sheesh. Let's go back to Super Boost and see if we can get over 10,000. Danger Zone! Oh, that's funny for Archer fans. There is kind of that. I actually had never noticed that little noise that this thing makes. The boom, boom, boom. Okay, super boost is not so good for water because it will jet you way down there, and then you end up taking an awful lot of damage. We're supposed to be doing 10,000, right? Score over 10,000 and 40 enemies in a combo. Good night. That is a huge amount. However, this Air Force is really good for that, so I guess I'm just going to have to try that. It's hard enough getting 20, but 40 in a combo is no joke. Especially when firing means that you're not healing, so there are... Alright, there's halfway there. Okay, I can't lose my combo now. There we go. I was real close to it. I almost wonder if I should kamikaze and just see if the nuke will take him out. Nerds. If this was 20 or more, I got level 6. Ooh, I think that is... I wouldn't have quite got it. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to know my rank. I don't care about that. Yeah, let's launch just as is. And then I think from here we go to... I forget where options is. Oh well, I'll find it next time. We can change the color scheme is the idea now. The controls aren't actually mentioned in-game anywhere, hence my confusion there, but I'll get it, gosh, as soon as we're done with this. You know that nuke body is also going to be good for... Oh, I didn't even know I killed an ace. Is going to be really good for... let's see... Kill a blimp, encounter a blimp. Kill a sub, let's go random weapon. This will be my first random weapon. Oh, spread fire, that's fine. That's actually pretty good for combos. Alright. Although, nothing's good for combos if they don't actually throw enemies at you. That's a valuable lesson. Yep, any enemies at all would be good. That's one thing that can be frustrating about this game, is sometimes for the achievements you really are depending on just getting enough enemies thrown at you to where you can even have a shot. If there's nobody and you can't find anybody, then you're kind of stuck. I could have sworn I saw some ships up there. We go. And the other thing that'll kill a combo right dead in its tracks, there's at least one ace that I get, is having those guys around. Okay, one more ace, and then I'll get myself off the nuke body probably. I'm not really a big fan of the super boost. I didn't see that I was Batman is the laser. That's excellent. Wow, that was horrible. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the super boost, just because its turn radius is not so good, but that's alright. And man, getting 10,000 with this thing is going to be no treat at all. Alright, it's missiles this time. Let's just see if I can keep myself alive until I can find an ace. And then get that achievement at least. And then after that, I think I'm going to go blimp hunting. I think I'm going to get my favorite build and just see if I can survive long enough to take down the blimp. It's not an easy thing to do, as you saw, because I mean it's just, you know, shooting all of the guns and bullets and missiles at you all the time, and it has so much health. But defeating it is very rewarding. Like I said, opens up the very next half of the game. We'll have all of those weapons parts that we can't get any missions for right now. Those will open back up to us. There was not an ace. You know what, I might just say forget it, and let's go ahead and... I don't want to be kamikaze. I think I want to be... Oh, there we go, I want to have cannon. I want to have armor. And either underwater or original. I'm going to stick with original for now, I think. The 10-tonner, we're called. And you can see that the only thing we have left is 2 aces and a combo, which is a tall order, no doubt. But this is a really good ship. Underwater engine is also good. It's probably better for the early parts, because, you know, you can go underwater. But You are slower, so that's something that has to be dealt with, but you can take a lot of punishment, you can dish out a lot of punishment. There's just isn't a whole lot that can really hurt you too badly. I think if this doesn't work out, I'm going to go for underwater, because I am missing it when I take on these battleships. But, like, I mean, that was 2 battleships firing on me at once, so there wasn't a whole lot I could do. Actually, I'm going to switch that, and I'm going to go underwater. There we go. Ace at max combo, huh? The old war turtle. And I think I did a video of this one a long time ago, and it really is, I think, my favorite build. The cannon just helps dealing with those, as I said, with those high threat enemies. I mean, and it's no slouch with the swarms either. If it only killed one enemy at a time, then it would be a much worse weapon. But just because of that, look at that. I mean, one shot and everybody's down. So yeah, you do have to wait between reloads and kind of pick your shots, but that's fine. So the nice thing here is you always have kind of a built-in escape with the war turtle. You can kind of dive underwater in most situations. Obviously here that wouldn't work out quite as well, because there's too many ships. Did I get it? Yes, very nice. Okay. You know, if I found an ace at this point, I wouldn't say no. Well, I would now. Oh, and of course there's one. Well, that's fine. You know, I wonder if I can build back up. Honestly, sometimes the slow movement speed is as much a blessing as it is a curse. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. Whew. Okay, there's the armor body really coming into its own. Because in any other body, I would have been absolutely toast there. And they eventually did get me, but I think there's a number of enemies, or a value of enemies, that you have to kill before the blimp appears. Although, I can swear sometimes, you know, I take out what seems like enough, and it doesn't show, and then sometimes I've hardly killed anybody that shows up, so there's probably a little RNG to it. I would love it if this update I could take out a blimp. And in fact, I may do that little editing I talked about before, where I just kind of end this with a super cut of my final dramatic victory. Alright. One more to go. So, quickly assessing a situation, keeping a good handle on where you are relative to the enemy, and where a good escape route is, and where enemy firing lines are going to be. Those are the skills of the Luftrausers, which I did not display there. Again, you always want to be moving perpendicular to lines of fire. So one more, let's call it for the road, and then either I'll make it this time or I'll include a little bonus at the end when I finally do. And I'll make it with the War Turtle build. I guess I'm going to call that my true Rouser form. Like I said, it takes a little getting used to. I mean, the slowness is something which can be a bit of a hindrance. Ow. You obviously never want to have 2 battleships firing on you, you know, directly in their firing lines to where they're hitting you at once. Ooh, did that take him down? Wow. I guess 2 extremely well-placed shots can do it. Either that or I tagged him with something from before. Alright, here's an ace. There we have it. If they can fly right into your line of fire like they do sometimes, foolishly. Oh gosh. Oh, this is bad. Unbelievable. Cannot believe I made it out of that one. Oh, I would really like an ace. Oh well. Alright. I'm going to kill a blimp, and I will let you guys know when I do. Alright, here's our next chance with the War Turtle. We are going blimp hunting. We will make it show up as soon as we can. So in the first couple runs of this game, really what my goal was to show off how the game kind of goes in general, give you an idea of, you know, the different parts, get some challenges under our belt and things like that. In those first couple runs, it was really true that you could basically slap any 3 parts together and expect to get some of the challenges out of your way. And that becomes less and less true, at least for me and my skill level as we progress through the game, where if there's a particular challenge for one part, be it, you know, gun, body, or engine. Oh, okay, that's unusual. Oh gosh, did I beat it? I don't know if I did. Oh man, Battleship 2, that's not good. I want to run away and he'll get out. Man, it's got like a tractor beam on it. I have no idea how to beat that thing. Oh, did I get it? What's that achievement? Don't mess with the rouser. Defeat a laser ace. Huh. I guess I beat him. Cool. Alright, well I'm actually gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that running then, even though I didn't get the blimp. I wish I had gotten both of them. But yeah, I don't know if I even beat those in the last time. So I played this game a while ago. Oh man. Sending the Air Force after me this time. There seem to be kind of like types of waves that come after you. Sometimes it's all ships, sometimes it's all Air Force and stuff like that. I don't know if you can ever choose. I think that's just RNG as well. This is a pretty RNG heavy game. I'm gonna keep that one in too, actually, since I'm on a roll talking. And the one thing that makes that really bearable, as you can see, is if you fail, there's almost no penalty for starting again. You can basically, I mean, you just press up twice and you're right back to where you started. You do get combos, you know, as you go through the level, but you don't gain any additional powers the longer you stay alive. With any of the parts I have now, anyway. And so, you know, you're back to doing the exact same damage that you were before. Two similar enemy types. Yes, they'll be easier to start off with, but, you know, that's fine. So here I am using the ocean as more cover, as I kind of slowly adjust to the War Turtle build. And the reason I have the armor cover is because, at least, I haven't gotten good enough yet that I don't keep making little mistakes like that. Really would have been nice if I hit that shot. There we go. That thins him out. Ace would be great right now, except it doesn't matter because that happened. The one, ooh, hey, looks like there's a sub around. I don't know if I've taken one of those out before without nuking it, you know, dying from my nuke body. Ooh, and I see an ace too. Gosh. Oh man, that's a fancy sub. That's no regular sub. There we go. Seriously, don't mess with the rouser. Yeah, they didn't give me like a warning for it, so I don't know if it was technically a boss or whatever, but very nice. Boy, there's a lot of aces around. Aces all over the places. I wasn't firing there, and I don't know why, but that's fine. In fact, I'm going to keep that one in too. Oh, killed two aces in a combo. I could have had that one. I easily could have, but I just wouldn't fire the cannon. This has been an eventful couple rounds here. If they ever get boring, I'll cut them out. So, for instance, I'll cut this one short if I don't kill a blimp or encounter something else cool. But that's something else I like about the game. There's enough different stuff in it that it really keeps you interested. You know, you're not doing the exact same thing every time, so in a way, I do appreciate that there's a big variety of enemies that can come after you, and sometimes you'll be up fighting a bunch of ships, and sometimes, like this time, it's a bunch of boats, and sometimes they send weird science-defying laser aces after you, and sometimes it's a bunch of battleships, which is, you know, annoying for different reasons, but it can be easy to get so caught up in the achievements to forget that there's actually, you know, a game underneath it all, where the point of it is to fly around and blow up ships rather than do something like get two aces in a combo. That's something that I've heard talked about. I didn't get it. In a book that I reference all the time, I feel like lately. I'm always talking about this book, Man Playing Games by Roger Carrion, or whatever. Hey, there we go. He almost got me. Where he talks about there being one of the divisions between games he makes is games that we play just for the simple joy of playing them. And so the example there would be like just two kids kicking around the ball, you know, no goal posts. Oh gosh, there's a sub. I recognize that missile. I think I missed him. It's a shame. And then the other is, I think I've got that right. Well, I forget what the exact names are he uses, but there's playing for the simple joy of playing a game, and then there's playing with like additional rule sets on top of that. And so the advantage there would be like, soccer, alright, here's a blimp. Now, I think I'm right in saying if I take a little time out of my busy schedule and deal with the battleships here, they won't respawn. Although, wow, this is maybe a mistake. Alright, new strategy. Let's get hit by a torpedo. No, that's not the strategy. New strategy is let's go up in the air a little bit here. Looks like it's this way. Now, some of the enemies will, again, kill themselves by flying up in the clouds too far. I'm taking some fire from him, including that torpedo, which wasn't as good. But a little fire won't hurt me. See, you can see when I smack him, he flies down a bit. And that is the way you kill him. I think we have to just lower his altitude. Eventually he will just, you know, explode. We don't have to make him hit the ocean or anything like that. But the way you know that you're hurting him is he does lower in altitude. And I think he's armored some places, so I don't think you can literally smack him anywhere. I think the underbelly is the best place. Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Got my crossfire there. Alright. We're gonna cut out here and then pick back up on my winning run. Alright. Let's see if we can get him this time. I think you saw that, you know, I've got the armor body on, so if anybody's taking him out now, it's me. I've definitely got the, you know, the ability to resist damage and deal a lot of it. I'm not actually sure if the cannon is top for him, just because it could be that a constant stream of damage would be better. You know, because you have to deal a constant amount of damage and he kind of lowers every time you do damage. I don't know, maybe the laser or something might technically be better, but it's hard. Wow, that was a lot of enemies. Hey, there's an ace at max combo. That's exactly what I want to see. Now if I could just get another ace in here. Boy, I'm scoring a lot of points. I wish I had that. You have to score 10,000 because I definitely got that, and then some. Sometimes they just kind of give it to you. Yep, there's my new high score. They won't give that to me incidentally, even though that's... Hey, there's a blimp. Oh gosh, I'm hurting. That's a miracle I'm still alive. So I'm just gonna tool around for a little bit and try to avoid that damage. Alright. I tried to shoot him, but it hit my... Yep, I keep hitting his torpedoes instead of him, which is obviously bad news for me. There we go. Got him that way. He tagged me good, and so that's why sometimes you want to run away going this way. And by this way, I just mean going in a standard loop, because there will be at least a period of time when you're not within his firing range. So torpedoes obviously hurt more than his main cannons do. There we go. He's hurting now. I don't know how many more of those he can take. My guess would be 2 or 3. I know he's not quite as weak as a battleship, where 3 will do him in. I mean, he really is kind of a... Oh gosh, that was a dumb move. I don't even think I tagged him that time. I think I hit him in one of his armor spots. That's fine. We just keep going. We don't even worry about it. He really is kind of a super-powered opposite-land battleship. Just because, you know, he's takes up the highest point of the screen and has a ton of health. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna get greedy and dumb, and it's probably gonna kill me. But I'm gonna go for... Whew! Okay, I hit the torpedo rather than it hitting me, which is what you like to look for. Did I get it? Yes! Battleship down. Or a blimp down. Very nice. Well, now we enter into hard mode, which means everything goes hog bomb, basically. So prepare for that. Do as best I can. I'm just getting my sorry little self away. I think maybe another one comes right away, and then they just start sending tons and tons and tons of other enemies at you, but that's fine. What is a Luftrauser without tons and tons and tons of enemies? Alright, let's try taking down 2 in a turn, whatever. We don't even care. We are the War Turtle. Hear us roar. Turtle. Nope. Got me, but still. I guess we killed Mega Winston Churchill, or whoever he is. Uh-oh. We have achieved big science. Nice. And another thing to do from the options menu. And there we go. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff. SFMT, I don't even know about that one, but play it when the kids are in bed, it says. So there's a new bomb, or excuse me, a new body, the bomb body, and a whole bunch more missions for everybody. Switch to SMFT, that's the bonkers mode, I think. So we will see all that stuff next time. See you guys then.